I had a hunch this guy might show tonight. Not because of Bill Kenny, because his wife Audrey is such a good promotion woman. She said, I can just see it right now. She probably said, Bill, you told Jack Cullen last night when he bumped into you down the cave that between shows you come up and kick it around for a couple of minutes with him. He's here. He's over there looking at a swizzle stick. He's not using it. He's just looking at it. Was it from the Sahara? Why,
Yes, sir.
why don't you mount the podium over here and kick it around for a couple of minutes? I got a few bad words I'd like to have with you. Bill Kenny, of the original Ink Spots, Mr. Ink Spot, welcome back to Vancouver for, my God, man, I don't know how many times. How many times have you been to Vancouver?
Oh, Jack, about, at least.
Yeah. This is the year you told me you were going to run for alderman, or was it mayor here?
No, mayor. And, Jack, I think they've changed things around. All the kids from the age of, well, from 7 to 18 are going to be able to vote in this particular
constituency.
Yes, constituency. That's it. I like
That's a good word. I don't even know what it means.
Good word. Yeah. But if they could, Jack, I'd be mayor.
When did you take up smoking a pipe?
Well, I tell you, Jack, you know I sing so high, I decided I had to do something masculine.
Yeah. Last time I spoke to you, you just come from the... If you think you had a topper there, you're right. You just come from the Jack Parr show. Where have you been since the last time I spoke to you? You've been around the country a little bit?
Jack, I have been in Europe again since I saw you. And I was supposed to have gone on a world tour with the Harlem Globetrotters.
You don't dribble?
No, I don't. And Jack, as you know, I can't run and I can't fight. And part of the world tour included the Congo.
Oh, boy. What kept you out of there?
Fear.
Fear. Well, he's honest about the thing at any rate.
Jack, you know I'm chicken.
But you wear it so well.
Thank you. Bless your heart. I got it from you.
This is the first... Always got to have the last word, don't you, smart one? Incidentally, this is the first time, I think, in many years that you played the Cave Supper Club here in Vancouver.
That's true, Jack, because always, well, the last time, Izzy Walters owned it, you know. And then after that, when he moved out, I sort of went with Izzy. And this is the first time I've been back in a long time. And frankly, I'm enjoying it. I see all my old friends, and Ken Stopper is without a doubt one of the finest men that I've ever met in my life. And, you know, I like fine people, Jack.
Isn't it funny? He gets this testimonial from every artist that appears in his club. They all like this man.
Well, I'll tell you, Jack. Believe me when I tell you, you know, it's so true. I mean, the man has so much class. Lots of times in show business, when you go into a nightclub, you know, or a theater, and just opening day, opening night, the real pros who know the business will come back and say hello, this or that, you know. And then after the show is over, for a guy to come back, you know, and say, gee, you know, is everything okay, you know, it's wonderful, this or that. That's pro show business, Jack, as you know. You don't see much of that nowadays because we don't have many pros in it. And opening night, which was last night, this very thing happened, and it really thrilled me because it made me feel that show business is really coming back.
Bill Kenny, you and the original Ink Spots introduced so many great hits that are still a standard. I've never asked this before. I've never been concerned with how many million of such and such a record sold, but how many million sellers did you have? 5, 6, 7?
Jack, we had 14.
Oh, boy. Just for fun, we're not going to get a chance to play them all in half an hour. Can you list some of those things that you are so synonymous with down through the years?
Well, Jack, let's see now. There was one, I'll name this first one because it was a rhythm song. It was the only rhythm song that ever did anything. The Jabba Jive. The main was If I Didn't Care, naturally. There was To Each His Own. There was I'll Never Smile Again, which we were pushing Sinatra with because he had, Sinatra, Frank got it from the girl, remember? And there was Whispering Grass. There was Maybe. There was To Each His Own, another big one. The Gypsy.
Swallows Come Back to
Capistrano. Or You're Breaking My Heart.
Stop, You're Breaking My Heart. These are such... No, how can you remember all these? And yet you do incorporate them into your nightly shows, and I think you always have.
That's true, Jack. I tell you, it's always an astounding thing to me because sometimes I say to myself, gee, Bill Kenny, how can you remember all the lyric? But as once a fellow said to me, Kenny, it's the same thing in any profession, you know. It becomes a part of you. And being an amateur golfer, I was told the same thing applies to golf. I mean, it's not only what's in the mind, it's what the muscles themselves become accustomed to in relationship to the mind. And if the mind forgets, the muscles automatically take over. So with the lyric, if the mind forgets, instinctively the muscles start working in the throat and it comes out anyhow.
All right, I don't know what the devil he said, but it sounded pretty impressive anyway.
Jack, please, that's philosophy. As you know, philosophy is that which you can't understand. And
you came to the right place then.
That's it, you see, because remember, I mean, when that great man, Omaha, said, "He who will not cannot be because he wasn't there," yes. I think those words, they say so much, Jack. It touches me deeply within, and I know you understand.
The only thing I can remember is what Brigham Young said. Brigham Young. Now, tell me something. You've told me a fibhood down through the years. Yes, you have. I always thought that your first recordings were for Decca, and meandering around a Los Angeles. I don't want to use the expression junk shop, because if I paid $1.20 for a record that sold for 75 cents, I hate to throw it 26 years ago. 26 years. I want to know why I see the name Ink Spots on a Victor record here.
Well, Jack.
Explain yourself.
All right, Jack.
Are you with the group at this time?
No, I'm not.
Honesty.
I'm not, Jack. And what happened was, the group was put with Victor, and then Victor said, well, they felt that it wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And then after that, Jack, I sort of got with him, and then we went with Decker. And this was made, the only record made. And how you found it, Jack, only you could have found it.
I'm going to torture you, and listen, I'm going to play this right now. This, folks, is without a doubt, I think Bill Kenny will verify this, this is without a doubt the absolute end beginnings of the Ink Spots before they amounted to a darn thing.
Exactly, Jack, it really was. I mean, that's something that, it's a collector's item if you want to have a direct contrast, you know. Mm-hmm. With me, naturally, I've heard it before. I don't admit it, but I've heard it. And, you know, some things we try to forget, you see. And only you would have found it. Nobody else, Jack.
On this program, nobody forgets nothing. I'm going to play it. This, as a matter of fact, you folks won't even recognize this as the Ink Spot style. Somewhere around here, I have the exact recording date. Here we are. March of the year 1935. And what year did the Ink Spots, your Ink Spots, really click? Was it 37 or 38?
37, Jack.
37. Well, here it is then, 2 years before. And you won't recognize much in this, but try it just for fun. It's a tune, a glamorous title called Your Feet's Too Big. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What was the lineup? Can you tell us who the singers were in that one?
Now, that was, let's see now. That was Charlie Fuqua, Deke Watson, and a boy by the name of Slim Green, and a boy by the name of little short Hoppy Jones.
Am I correct in saying that was not exactly what we would call a milestone in music?
Definitely not, Jack. I mean, that is one of the things, you know, you say to yourself, gee, how can I still remember it, you know? And as you know, during the song in the studio here, I was singing the words along with it, you know? And I marvel at myself that I could remember these lyrics, you know? And I mean, the timing, you know, because, you know, those, back in those days, you did a lot of what you call riffing, Jack, as you know. And there was a riff. Yeah, and to
give me done for you by the Ray Charles Singers. Give the United Way. Once again, the United Good Neighbor Fund sends out an urgent appeal on behalf of 28 agencies with over 50 branches, and these agencies represent your community, and the money you donate serves in so many ways, providing rehabilitation services, helping to combat crippling diseases. This goes towards family counseling, promoting welfare. Give to your local UGN, the Good Neighbor Fund. A good neighbor is here tonight and in a most generous mood. Whatever he's going to charge for this broadcast tonight, we can't afford it. But, Bill, I'm so happy that you've consented to do another song tonight. I didn't twist your arm, but I think I know.
Well, let go my fingers, will you?
We got to dedicate this, by the way, to Irma. You know, down at the Gay Parade, they have a lovely girl named Irma, and all the nurses are listing in the
Royal Columbia.
The Royal Columbian, yeah.
Ah, to Irma and all the nurses. Ah, 3rd North Royal Columbia Hospital. Bless your hearts.
North.
The 3rd floor north. That's right. I think I was there, incidentally. Beautiful nurses there, too, incidentally. So, to you lovely nurses and to Irma, Here's just a little song. I left my heart in San Francisco, high on a hill. It calls to me to be where little cable cars climb halfway to the stars. The morning mist may fill the air, but I don't care. My love waits there in San Francisco, upon the blue and windy sea. When I come home to you, San Francisco, your golden sun will shine for me. When I come home to you, San Francisco, your golden sun will shine for me.
A little more of that and we'll get rated. Let's get back to it. Okay, from New Orleans, hear these sounds. All of this tonight from Riddle, Wilsey, Rambler, Kingsway, and Imperial. You folks don't know what you're missing out here. We got our own party going.